It's Week 18 of the NFL, and our focus is on the Lions' sure-handed wide receiver. He's making a push for 1,500 yards and whatever else he can get. It's the Lions and the Vikings, and it's coming up next.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in after tasting defeat for the first time in about a month as their loss snapped a 4-game winning streak. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Ready to get us started here, Riley Patterson. And we are underway from Ford Field. And no return here to start. It's a fair catch, and they will set up shop at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
Throwing on first down, Johnson. And Watson has it right side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards on the game's opening play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake. Johnson. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. You talk about this Lions defense. They're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5. And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. They give to Johnson going right. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Johnson. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down. Johnson. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Joseph's got it, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. Well, they're brought out by a former #1 overall pick coming off one of his best seasons ever in year 7 of his career, now in year 8, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl and came really within 1/4 of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. This, the second meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year, and it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. Now a throw here to his running back, and he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. First carry now for David Montgomery. Oh, what a move. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. The Lions had 10-6 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but they have any hopes of making waves in January. They've got to improve in this area.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line. Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Washington now out of the gun. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. What we saw there, that's what we know that he can do. He can break tackles and turn them into big runs, and that's what he did.
And what is the buzz phrase nowadays in football for a guy like that? Contact balance. The ability to go through trash, come out the other side, avoid and run through contact, and keep your balance.
Goff on 1st down. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down. Washington on the right side toss. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to 3rd down.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Asking them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
Patterson's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out, and we get a backhand. What was the serve? What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
Really good backhand.
It's a nice top spin on the whole bit. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Johnson running right. He'll get this down to the 38.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Here's Johnson looking to throw on 2nd down. Flush to his right. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up going incomplete.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Operating from the gun, Johnson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. To throw on 2nd down is gone. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarter.
Taking it right down Broadway. He's still on his feet. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And now it's blocked. This is going the other way. There he goes left side. But he is finally run down. Would have been 2 if he'd made it all the way, but instead, simply a missed extra point.
We have seen some exciting returns of blocked extra points. This one doesn't quite get into that level, but there had to be an anxious moment after it was blocked, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think sometimes they still forget on both sides when that block comes on a PAT that you can return it for two. He got it across midfield there, just not close to the end zone.
Yeah, you noted that moment of hesitancy, didn't you? You know, his block's like, oh, yeah, that's right, it can be returned, and which means you have to get back and tackle him, too.
Johnson throwing to start the drive. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Escaping the pressure right. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Okay, break.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here and have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Forced out to his left. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season, and that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark him down at the 9. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Operating from the gun, Johnson, and he's going to go down, sacked right around the 17. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
How about that for an exciting end to the half? I mean, instead of surrendering a late field goal at the gun, they run back the block kick to extend their lead.
What's that old expression? Fortune favors the bold. They boldly went after it, got it. Worked out pretty darn well for them.
Oh, this is blocked. Well, the Vikings have got it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there was a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now, much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more blocks.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
Only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs. So excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Play action. It's gone. On the move to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Patrick Jones, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. So now following the sack, often the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Big strides, look at him go. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And what a letdown after a huge play. He's going to pull this in and then set sail for the end zone. And he nearly made it, too. But he's going to be tracked down just short of the goal line. So a big play there that's going to set him up with 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Goff now to throw. Flushed out right. Takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jared Goff, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions take the block field goal and convert it into 6 points. 3rd time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And that will make this a 19-point game. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. Down the right sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Looking to throw. Johnson steps away to his left. Fighting to stay upright. Buying time to his left. Down the left sideline. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Their mobile quarterback. 37 yards. And the Vikings get a bit closer. Joseph connects on the extra point. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. And the fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Washington. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down. from the shotgun with Washington. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he is going to have a Lions first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a first down throw. Goff escaping the pressure right. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Now 2nd and 3. Up the middle they go. Washington. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
133 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 2nd down, Washington. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. On 3rd down, here's Washington. And some strong running. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
On the toss play, this is Washington. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now Montgomery running right. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
From the 5, 3rd and goal. They'll run again. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. They'll run. It's Washington. And he is going to be out of bounds well short of the pylon, and that will be a turnover on downs. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for Detroit, they conclude the regular season with a final record of 11-6. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they lose a tough one here to close out the regular season as they finish at 12-5. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round.